China wants Joe Biden to win.
I'm Joe Biden's husband.
And I'm going to explain that in this video.
Come on, man. They can't even figure out how to deal with the fact that they have this great division between the China Sea and the mountains in the east.
You should ask China.
I've never met a Chinese person that was living in China that was like, oh, Trump's amazing. Trump's just so great. I hope that he wins. All of this wanting Trump to win is just a talking point by the liberal leftist media in America. And I'm going to tell you why. The number one reason, without a doubt, is that Trump has blamed China for the China virus, the Wuhan virus. At a time when Trump was calling it the China virus, the Wuhan virus, the left was calling him racist for this.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history.
That's a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing. It makes me sad because I am the least racist person.
You also have all the shills on YouTube crying about it being the China virus, of course, which is pretty much what the shills do because they don't know how to think for themselves. They literally just copy the propaganda that the Chinese media wants them to put out.
I denounce white supremacy, okay?
You did 2 days later.
I've denounced white supremacy for years.
But the question is, if anyone is willing to push for China to be responsible for the virus, who is it? Would it be Biden?
They're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not a. They're
6.5 hours later.
They're not competition for us.
No, of course not. It would be Donald Trump. Donald Trump, again, has pushed for it from the beginning.
China's secrecy, deceptions, and cover-up allowed it to spread all over the world. 189 countries. And China must be held fully accountable.
I think everyone knows that Biden has been weak on China from the very beginning. China was the same as the Chinese government. Biden went out and said the world was racist and that, what Donald Trump was doing was a horrible thing. But in the end, Biden has done nothing except cater to what Beijing would want. Beijing's goal is to convince all Chinese that the world is just racist against them. And of course, because of that, they have to depend on the Chinese government to protect them. You see, that's how communist regimes stay in power. They do this wolf and sheep thing, where they try to paint Donald Trump, or in this case, all of America, as the wolf, and make it appear as if everyone just wants to kill Chinese people. When the truth is that the real wolf in China isn't America, it's the communist government. And the sheep are the Chinese people. But, of course, Biden would never say that. But Trump, from the very beginning, has.
How do American businesses operate in China if they're at risk for having their property, their ideas, their hard work stolen?
Trump has pushed back against IP theft. One of the things that's really funny is that IP theft was never really a conversation before Trump. Admittedly, now everyone realizes how big of a deal it is.
Well, now U.S. President Donald Trump's tariff makes it a little bit more difficult, makes the future a little bit uncertain. I do not deny that there are IP infringement, there are copyright issues, that there are IP infringement, there are copyright issues, or there are piracy, or even theft of commercial secrets. I think that is something that has to be dealt with.
Today I'm directing the United States Trade Representative to examine China's policies, practices, and actions with regard to the forced transfers of American technology and the theft of American intellectual property.
America's actually blocked these blocked certain Chinese people from coming to America to work for companies with sensitive occupations. Of course, China said this was horrible and, again, racist, because that's always the accusation.
All the Kenyans, like a monkey. Even Uhuru, Kenyatta. All of them.
It's like a monkey.
Yeah, sure.
The president of this country.
Yeah, sure.
And even today, I know personally, as my wife and I talk to a lot of people, a lot of Chinese people that are coming to America. If you are known as a CCP member, it severely limits your chances of coming to America. But again, if you're a CCP member and try to come and work for American intelligence or chip companies or major telecom infrastructure or something like that, well, it's not going to happen. You're going to be denied, okay? And this is something that Trump has actually pushed for. This is something that the world really has ignored for a long time and has really just started to take action about because of Donald Trump. China, of course, dislikes this because this is how China steals intellectual property from not just America, but other countries all across the world. The number 3 reason that China wants Biden to win, without a doubt, is the Huawei incident. The Chinese government does this thing where they say over and over and over and over that Huawei is a private company, that it has no control over the company yet, at all.
Now, China has warned that the UK could face economic retaliation following the decision to exclude the Chinese firm Huawei from the UK's 5G mobile network on grounds of security concerns.
But Beijing is furious that, to use a Chinese word, Britain has kowtowed to American demands, and they're letting it be known in no uncertain terms that this won't be a consequence-free decision.
In the end, this is a big world, and the UK is only a small part of it. Ultimately, this ban won't stop Huawei from prospering. I've also stressed that China will fully and seriously evaluate this incident and take all necessary measures to protect the proper, legitimate rights of Chinese companies.
But any time that, of course, Trump says anything or does something to stop Huawei from purchasing chips that it uses when it manufactures products, what happens? The Chinese government steps in.
It is also a serious political incident. We strongly urge Canada to take our solemn concerns seriously, immediately release Ms. Meng, and ensure she returns to China safe and sound.
It is also hilarious considering the circumstances that the Huawei princess, Meng Wanzhou, has been obtained, was found with multiple passports and evidence of them doing business with Iran, a country that has sanctions placed upon it. And, of course, China said it would retaliate against America and China multiple times for the Meng Wanzhou thing. But why? If Huawei is separate from the government, why is the government getting involved? Doesn't make much sense. Again, China doesn't have independence from its companies, okay? The Chinese government very much has control over its companies, especially companies where the CEO used to be in the military, okay? If China really is on the path, the straight and narrow, to do things correctly, shouldn't it respect the evidence that has been collected and allow a legit legal system in Canada to work through the situation? No, they wouldn't do that because, again, they're far more involved. And no one has pointed this out more than Donald Trump. Again, all of these things combined are the reason that China would much more prefer to have Joe Biden. Trump has done nothing except try to get China to be responsible for its actions, which the Chinese government has never done. The Chinese government has never, ever stepped up and tried to fight against intellectual property, of course, because it profits off of it through many different avenues. Of course, transfer of intellectual property. We know that they force all of these deals on companies, sort of like Volkswagen is in China. You have Volkswagen, and then, they have their China counterpart that they pretty much build everything for, but, it's a partnership, right? Or so they would like for you to believe. China, of course, has fought with Donald Trump back and forth over the Huawei situation. Many countries have actually followed suit. The UK, and now just recently, as of this video, Sweden, has decided that it would no longer allow for 5G infrastructure from Huawei. Of course, a company that the Chinese government, the CCP, makes a lot of money off of. No one has fought against these companies that are controlled by the Chinese government like Donald Trump has. And of course, like I said, Donald Trump has pushed for companies to leave as a whole. Donald Trump has stood against China stronger than any of the past presidents in American history. And that is why that China wants Joe Biden to win the election and not Donald Trump. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my Patreon page, and have a good day, guys. I love you all.